Do you love motherhood, but you also feel like you're drowning? Do you feed your kids organic fruit, but don't mind some screen time? Then this is the podcast for you. We are the Scrunchy Moms Club who like to keep it real and relatable about the roller coaster of motherhood. We aren't silky moms, we aren't crunchy moms, but we are scrunchy moms. Hello, hello, hello. I am just so happy to be here.
Hello and welcome.
And
we're here.
And we actually did this, Savannah. We're doing it. It's something we've been wanting to do, and here we are. And I'm just so
happy. For months. This has been in the making for, I would say, from the conception of the idea for months.
Right.
But the last week has been the
ground
running.
We have been booked and busy. We have had business lunches. We have had conference FaceTimes.
But especially you. I need to give a shout out to you because
stop.
Lyla took over the tech part because
oh my God.
For those who don't know me, which is probably everybody, I am the least tech savvy person in the entire world. I make 80-year-old people look like Steve Jobs or something.
But the thing is, I'm also really not tech savvy. Out of the two of us, we both suck, but I suck a little bit less.
Requires a lot of tech was a bad call. But,
right.
You know.
But anyway, so here we are. And Savannah, so I'm Lyla.
I'm Savannah.
And we are friends,
I mean, I would hope so.
We're friends, and we've been friends for quite a long time. And, we just wanted to, we have such a funny group chat, and it's just we have such great content. So why not make a freaking podcast about it,
Yeah. So we're both moms,
yeah.
And we wanted to make a podcast about being moms. We can get more into detail of the conception of the idea, but yeah, we have this group chat with all our mom friends, and we like to vent. We like to, mostly venting, but ask questions.
Send really funny memes and reels and stuff.
And just
TikToks.
talk about the struggles and the beautiful parts of motherhood, of pregnancy, of all the things.
Yeah, because it's a beautiful mess. That's always my quote about motherhood.
Yeah, and I feel which you will discover, we like to cope with humor, drown our sorrow in humor.
Quite literally, yeah.
And we think we're really funny, so we were like, why not?
I don't think we are. We are really funny.
We are really funny.
We're funny. We're gorgeous. We're great moms.
Why would anyone not want to be in our group chat and hear all the things?
It's hysterical. Yeah, and I'm sure everybody has a funny group mom group chat. And if you don't, let this be this for you.
That's
right?
Yeah.
Really, truly,
you're
right?
Here. You're welcome.
So just kind of a background of how Savannah and I met. We're both behavior analysts, and I mean, Savannah, do you want to describe what a behavior analyst is?
No, I don't. I've been out of the field for a little bit, but no. So we met at work. We are both behavioral therapists.
Basically.
So we worked with children, mostly with developmental disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
so we both
a lot of kids on the spectrum, emotionally disturbed, that kind of thing. And we, we met, and I didn't really we didn't fall in love immediately, you and I.
We were kind of friends adjacent.
Right.
We were friends because our friends were friends.
Right.
But we were kind of
I was all right, she's cool, but I don't really know her that, right?
Yeah,
so, but you were always nice, and we were nice
to each other. We didn't hate each other.
Right. It was just we weren't super close yet, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, we were in the same friend group, and it was fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, we used to play around and, before, we were
hot and young.
We were hot and young doing our hot mom, hot girl shit.
No, we weren't moms.
No, we were not moms yet. That was not in the horizon. You were married. I was not married yet.
Yeah.
But you and I, we'll get to our relationships in just a second. But anyway, so yes, we used to go around town, going, to the clubs and, the brunches. We were just young and hot, like you said. And,
then you got pregnant.
That's not what happened.
And then the life came crashing down.
No, I mean, so then
Just kidding, guys.
What it was, I got married, and I literally got pregnant the second I got married, which, whatever, it happens. But, I mean, love how it happened.
But, on the honeymoon almost.
No, it was a month after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so then I, take all my friends, all of you guys out to dinner. To tell you. And what does Savannah do? She fucking copies me because she's jealous of me.
Okay, if we're going to get into the story, I was going to save it for the pregnancy, but I'll just tell it now. So, yes, Lyla got pregnant by sneeze. You know, she's one of those people who sneezed and got pregnant. Really, we're being joking. I'm sure there was more into that. But she was fertile myrtle at the time. You know? And we started trying it had been almost that year point. So it's been like 10, 11 months. We've been trying. I'd been off birth control. And I wasn't freaking out yet, but I definitely, as many of you probably know.
Yeah, so almost a year trying, you know.
It gets, you know, you get a lot of pressure, and I was approaching 30, so I was like, what's going on? Like, is something wrong? I was on the cusp of, like, getting help medically, you know, talking to somebody, but wasn't putting pressure on it.
I just had to get pregnant, and then you did.
And then, we go out to dinner, and again, we were still kind of friend adjacent. We were closer.
No, we were closer, for sure.
Still, you know. And then she's like, I'm pregnant, guys. And of course, again, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So happy for your friend, but also, you know, you feel a little sad for yourself.
Yeah.
So I was so happy for her, but I was like disappointed. Like, why isn't this happening for me? So I went home to my husband, and I was
like... And she popped that pussy.
But that's the weird thing is, so I had been tracking my ovulation with my temperature. Yeah. And it had said I was not going to be ovulating for like another couple weeks. But that night that she told us, I went to my husband and I was really sad. And he was like, well, we can try tonight. You know, any husbands, that's like my husband's way of being supportive is let's try tonight. And I was like, that's not how it works. I'm not ovulating. But sure enough, I peed on that. You made me ovulate. I don't know.
What a fucking compliment. I made you ovulate. Oh my God. You made
me ovulate because,
thank you so much. I've never had a higher
whatever
compliment
happened that night, and then a week and a half later.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I was pregnant.
Fantastic.
I said.
So we got pregnant together. And so we'll get into our pregnancies in the next episode. But basically, our sons are I have a baby boy and she has a baby boy.
But before that, I want to say, so I think our pregnancy is when we got the crazy bond,
right? Because we were 6 weeks apart. Or we might have been.
No, we were 6 weeks. It was 6 weeks.
Oh, we were okay. Actually,
because we both gave birth early, which we will get into. We gave birth early at the same time, so we still were stayed 6 weeks apart.
And we both had really complicated pregnancies, which again we'll also get into. But it really made us bond so hard. Yes. And we both got put on bed rest. Literally, it was But also Savannah and I's problems were I was on one side of the spectrum and she was on the other side, so that was kind of comical.
Both our first pregnancy, so we didn't really know what was.
So you have each other, that's all you know.
Really bond. I think that forevermore we were bonded. Yeah. And now our kids are the same exact age.
Yeah, they're 6 weeks apart and they're beautiful and gorgeous and we love them. And then we were both working moms at the time too. You had a little bit more of a flexible schedule. I was a little more, because I was director of my company.
A lot more. Yeah, no, I definitely was part-time. But I think we also kind of glossed over our work. We had big girl jobs. We had careers, especially you.
We are career women.
I mean, we went to grad school.
We went to grad school.
We worked all this.
We studied
so much.
Wrote
took board
essays.
Exams. You spend so much time in school and work to get to a point we were in our careers. And then now we don't work. Now we're both stay-at-home moms, which we love. But I think that's important to know.
Yeah, it's a wild. Yeah, no, we were both working a lot. So then when we had, I didn't really. You slowed down more when you had your son, but I didn't.
No, and quite the opposite.
Quite the opposite. Which in hindsight, 2020, but you know what you know when you know it, and whatever. So
you know what you know when you know it, and I definitely know now.
Yeah. So and then I worked for another year, working 40, 50 hours, and sometimes
you worked crazy.
I worked crazy. But then, something happened.
Well,
and
I think that's also, we can get into another episode, but we both became stay-at-home moms for different reasons.
Completely.
Mine sort of gradually happened. My husband and I decided it would be best, and yours kind of happened.
Mine was
literally
it was not my choice. And again, we'll get to that in later episodes.
Very abrupt.
Correct. Yeah. So that's kind of how and then, so Savannah and I, and then of course our other friends, shout out to them. We've all just been, there's 4 of us. We call ourselves the BCBA MILFs. Yeah. Because, look at us, but we're all BCBAs, so it's funny. Yep. So it's 4 of us girls, and we chat, and we just are just, like I said, hysterical. And that's kind of how, we're all just figuring it out. We're all
And that's what motherhood is, really.
Yeah,
It's
day
just
by
figuring
day,
it out.
actually minute by minute sometimes.
It's minute by minute, definitely minute by minute.
For sure. And, just to have those girls that are there for you, it's like there's nothing better in this earth than that.
And I think it kind of segues into why we why we wanted to call this podcast Scrunchy Moms.
Yeah.
Is because I feel like there's so many stereotypes, labels out there for moms, especially now with social media. And we, even in our friend group, we're all such different moms.
We're so different.
So different in the way we
parent. But I have such respect for every single one of you.
Yeah,
you know
we've never judged anything.
No.
I mean, we've never done anything crazy,
but unless you like...
Yeah, right. Like,
I know, I'm trying to think of something like heinous, but yeah.
But no, whether you feed your kid organic, you give them a lot of screen, like, we are not going to judge screen time.
Yeah.
We do it all.
Or if you want to give birth unmedicated, that's great for you, but that's just not my vibe.
Yeah, I'm very pro modern medicine. But if you're not,
great. I love that for you. Like, I love everybody's journeys, and they're so individual and specific, and, go off, queens.
Literally. Yeah. So I think that's why we thought this would be a great opportunity to create a podcast, because there's so many different moms out there, and we love you all. And I think we're just so hot mess of a mom that I feel like if you listen to us and our stories of what we've been through, I feel like it would be comforting to know, like, okay.
Right. Well, because
not everyone has their shit together. No.
Yeah. Well, because another thing.
Hold on. Are we going to curse on this podcast or no?
Yeah.
We're going to curse?
I said pop my pussy earlier.
You did say pop your pussy. Okay. Maybe we should have got a disclaimer.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's, a disclaimer, I guess, mid-disclaimer. Let's just do this now. We... I don't know if this is fully to listen to while you're in the car with your kids, maybe on the way home from school or none of that. But I don't know, maybe. No, I'm going to try to not be like a sailor. But no, if I feel a curse word is warranted, I'm going to do it.
So maybe put an AirPod in when you're doing laundry, napping.
Yeah.
But we can curse. Okay, good.
Yes, for sure.
I don't want to be limited. Okay.
No, I don't either. I don't like being constrained.
My wings.
Do not constrain me. I will.
One thing I'm going to do, is going to make me want to curse more.
That, and I am unapologetically me. So, like, just
That's
no.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So, great segue there. So we're just figuring it out. And then now, just a little bit about us and our families. So me, Lyla, I am married to my husband, Sam, and we've been together 10 years, but we've been married 3.5. And, we got, like I said earlier, we got pregnant, like literally the second we got married. We were together for so long, and I was just like, let's just do it.
You never went on birth control.
Yeah, I did. I was on birth control for 13 years.
Oh, okay, you did.
Yeah, and then I was just like, let me get off and see. Like, we were just very much like, let's get off and see what happens, and it happened.
Yeah.
So, and I'm very blessed and lucky that it happened that way. Of course, I know that there's other people who, like the girl sitting right next to me,
that was nothing compared to other people.
No, I know, but yeah. So just blessed in that regard. So yeah, so we and we live in Florida. So both of us live in Florida. So that's another little tidbit. And my son is 2.5, right? Or he'll be 2.5 next month, which is like so insane.
It's crazy.
And he right now goes to school 3 days a week, and that's how we're able to be in a quiet house right now, which is like
I have not been in a house without children. Like, it's like creepily quiet.
I know. Yeah, that's why I always have music or like the TV on.
No, but I
kind of
like it.
Do you? No.
I haven't had silence since 2021.
Sometimes I like I used to not be like a silence driver, but sometimes if I have like a short trip, I do.
Yeah, no music, no podcasts.
Because motherhood is overstimulating as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, no, what did they call it? The desensitization chamber?
Oh my God, yeah.
Just nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what you need.
For sure.
No, I love it here.
So yeah.
I mean, we love our kids, but I love having them not here.
I love having the 3 days a week for him to socialize and all that and whatever. And then the other 2 days I have him, and of course like weekends and, other things. So, how about you, Miss Savannah?
So, yes, my name is Savannah. I am 31 years young.
Oh, I'm 34, so don't be fucking rude.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, she's young and I'm the old bitch.
I just turned 31, so I'm getting used to saying it.
See, when I say 34, I'm like 30, like,
no, like, 31, 30 was cute.
30 is so cute.
31 is
31 is still cute, though.
I don't think it's
34 is not cute anymore, in my opinion. 33 was like, okay, like 33, 3, like that's cute. Yeah.
I think it's just very personal though, because like other 31-year-old women, I'm like, ugh, you go queen, but me 31, it's like my own complex.
You're stunning, so just stop.
Thank you. Okay, so 31. So yeah, we are pure millennials.
Yes.
So we're still learning the Gen Z. If you're Gen Z and you're here, slay. Or is that millennial?
Is that what they still say?
I don't know.
Okay, you're 31. You're Savannah.
Yep, I've been married for 7 years, I think. Like you said, we live in Florida. I have 2 children. So the child that's 6 weeks apart from Jonah, he is 2.5 as well. He is, and that's another thing. Like, our kids are so different. They're both boys, but
they could not be more different.
That's true. That's putting us like, they could not be more opposite, actually.
I know, it's hysterical. Because my Jonah is, very inquisitive, very timid.
He's mean.
Literally, I know. We also joked that they were like
switched at birth.
But he's very inquisitive, cautious, brilliant. Not that Gio's not brilliant, but like in a different way. And
quietly, yeah.
He's quietly brilliant, like subtly. And then Gio is like, well, go ahead. Gio's like just a freaking lover.
Yeah, he's passionate. Is like
he's passionate. I'm obsessed.
Nice way of putting it. Crazy. No, he's entering that 2-year-old phase where he just has a lot of ideas, emotions, thoughts, feelings, and I feel like the highs are so high because at that age they're growing and developing so fast, and you get to see this tiny little human become like older and wiser, and you get to see their little, like the motor ticking.
Yeah. And
it's amazing, but then they also just are learning how to regulate their feelings, and he has a lot of feelings, and sometimes
I know, but I also feel like it's because he's so smart too.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm biased, but yes, my son
I'm telling you, your son's smart, so it's not completely biased.
Well, you're my friend, but anyway,
no, for sure.
He's a genius. No, he's great. But yes, a lot of emotions, and so I have 2 kids, and my youngest is 8 months old. So if you did the math, they're 19 months apart.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, so it wasn't quite planned that way. I mean, not really. We can get into that later, but. Yeah, so they're
all
apart.
A blessing, of course. A blessing.
Looking at it now, I wouldn't change it.
Right.
Ever. Mm-hmm. However, so I did the 2 under 2 thing. And I'm very honest about it. Like, to any friends who ask, how is it 2 under 2? I'm very honest. It's not.
It's a beautiful mess.
If you have 2 under 2, it's, Yeah. It's a lot. I would say the first 4 months, we were drowning. I would use that word. Like, it was so hard. And I was blessed enough to have Taylor, my husband. He has an amazing job who he had 4 months paid off.
Oh my God, so good.
Even having him home for 4 months, those months were so hard. So I can't even imagine if he had to work. But yeah, I would say the first 4 months of having both of them, we were drowning. Now I would say we're in month 8. Not quite drowning, but like not how I put it is we're not quite ashore yet. We're paddling. We're like doggy paddling to shore.
Yeah.
I can see it. But I think once Julian is my youngest, once he is able to have more value to Gio, right now he's just what we call potato. Yeah. So we call babies potatoes that like
they literally are just mush and sit
there. They can't talk, they can't walk, they can't do anything. There's potatoes. And then once they
get like a little more roasted.
Yes, they start getting roasted.
Yeah, this is like our lingo. So welcome aboard.
So Julian is still a potato to Gio, serves no purpose. So, they don't really interact.
Right.
Because a lot of moms who had 2 under 2 will tell me it's so worth it. It's, they're going to be best friends for life. I will be honest, I haven't gotten to the worth it stage. I don't think yet. Right now it's still very hard, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love them, but it is hard.
Yeah.
It is not for the weak, which no mom is weak, but no, it's very challenging, but a blessing. So yeah, we all have boys.
Yeah. In our group chat too. Yeah, there's 2 more
boys.
No, oh my God, no, yeah. There's it's insane.
Yes. And then in our pregnancy episode, we can talk about like gender disappointment because that's a real thing.
Yeah.
But we love our boys now.
Oh my God, obsessed. And I'm so obsessed with your kids, and you're obsessed with my Jonah. Like it's like. Yeah, but also I'm just like such a person that loves my friends' kids so hard. Yeah. Like they're mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's funny is that, so she's Gio and Julian and and I have Jonah. So literally Jojo, Gigi, and Juju. Like we're stupid. Like if we do have next kids, like please let's like name them polar opposites. Something.
Yes.
No, not the same letter or sounds. Like
But it's also cute together.
No, it is super.
It flows.
You're so right. You're so right. I know because we have 3 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing this together, basically.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of the background on us, and then just kind of like why we're we kind of explained a little bit like why we're doing this, right? Like, we never, you and I talked about how like there are mom podcasts, but like they all were just so serious.
Yes,
and they were so like, Dr. So-and-so is going to talk about your bowels. I don't know. Or actually maybe like I would want Dr. So-and-so to talk about bowels, but in a funny way. Mm-hmm. Like I don't respond to like super, like I don't take life too seriously. So it's like, I don't want a podcast, like all the podcasts that I listen to don't like take themselves too seriously. Right. And like, I don't know everything. I'm not like this, like I don't claim to like know everything, but like if you put a little humorous twist, basically like what we were saying is like, there's no podcast, at least that we've seen out there, that like when we were especially navigating that first year, like there was nothing to like validate me except for my friends.
Right. Like, and I liked those podcasts that were informative, that gave information.
Sure, research, they do have their purpose.
But it's a different purpose. What I needed, and we'll discuss in another episode.
Relatability.
Especially during pregnancy, like my anxiety and then postpartum, the depression, all of that was just so at a high that I feel like we both needed an outlet. Like, I know all this information. Like, I've gone to Google. I've seen a lot of it. But I need something more.
This girl.
Yeah, we can talk about that later.
She is a Google. No, but like, and I'm the opposite. I'm like, I don't Google. I talk to the doctor, and she's like, no, actually, like, I'm Dr. Google.
I'm the doctor.
No, she's so annoying, but whatever. It's fine. You're not supposed to Google, guys.
Yeah, don't Google. But anyway, all that to say, I wanted a different avenue that would distract me from wanting to Google my symptoms.
Right.
And, like, all this stuff, and Google, like, what's wrong with my child? Nothing is wrong with them. It's just was my postpartum anxiety. So there wasn't really an avenue, like somewhere I could go to except our group chat. Yeah. Like we were always
literally
there
we're like,
other.
Oh, he has like a green snot. What do we do? Or oh, he's blinking. Like literally, we like go to our chat is lit. It is very active. Like pretty much all day, unless like we've all had a really busy weekend, which that happens sometimes. Yeah. Or like if families, or I don't know, something, then it's not, and it gets like eerie and weird.
Gets quiet, but no.
Or if something like weird, like bad has happened to one of us, it does get quiet for like a day or two. Like,
yeah. Yeah, like when your whole thing happened. But then you were the first to be like,
and I was like, please, we'll get there. Yeah, so we just wanted like a relatable, like funny, like not too serious, but like, we do talk about some serious topics, but like, again, Savannah and I, the way we cope with our trauma is through humor and by making a joke out of it. Like even when I'm in like the worst mental breakdown of my life, I can still fucking make a joke, and whether that's like mentally good or not, who cares?
Probably not healthy.
It's probably not healthy, and I
seek a professional. And
I do seek professional help. So like, here I am. Yeah. There. If you're, what's the word? Like when you're, I'd rather be laughing than crying.
Oh yeah, no. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Yeah,
exactly.
That's
so
exactly
how it is. Like laugh through it all. So so yeah, just kind of like a safe space too. Like like we said earlier, like we don't care how you parent. It's like, and whether you agree with us or you might not agree with us with some
maybe
things.
That's another way to segue into more detail of why we chose Scrunchy Moms, because some people might not know what that means.
So the term scrunchy. Okay, so there's like a spectrum, right? There's crunchy moms who are like unmedicated births, and they like feed
more
all
again,
like natural, like I don't want to say hippie, but like they're definitely like natural. More of the natural like way. And again, I respect it all.
Like modern medicine would probably be like their last.
Like they're more holistic, things like that. And then like silky is like the exact like other end of the spectrum, where you're like very lackadaisical, like you're
very pro modern medicine, very pro frozen food. Maybe you don't have time to
McDonald's every day. I don't know. No, I don't think anybody's that bad. But anyway, so silky is like the exact opposite of crunchy. So then we're scrunchy.
Scrunchy is kind of like
we're in the middle.
We do everything.
We do it all.
We try to feed organic, but we are screen time moms.
Yeah. If I put Miss Rachel on for an hour while I'm doing laundry and trying to make dinner, so be it.
So be it.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we are. And of course, like in later episodes, we'll like get into, you know, all that. But yeah, so that's why we picked this name, the Scrunchy Moms Club. So like you're now part of like an elite club.
An elite club.
Yeah.
Welcome.
The water's fine.
Well, I'm so drowning, remember, but
oh
it's
my
fine.
God.
To bring it back to me and my metaphor.
Oh my God,
No,
so
I'm just
funny.
joking.
Yeah, and we're just, you know, we just want to talk shit and get deep. You know,
talk shit, get deep.
Yeah, that's actually a really good like little line I made up there.
But yeah, so let's try to give examples of. We have a whole list of episodes we want to record. I think the next one we're going to record is our pregnancy journey. So there's 3 to discuss because my 2 kids and yours.
Oh yeah, I was like, wait, what's the
surprise? No.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then we want to talk about postpartum. We want to talk about sleep and feeding and oh my God, all.
What do we want to call the sleep baby sleep bullshit?
Yeah, baby sleep bullshit.
Baby sleep
yeah, we already
bullshit.
have like titles like for some of them. Yeah, so it's
eating,
like
because that's another like scrunchy silky. Like do baby led weaning, do purees, do breastfeeding. Oh, a whole boob episode. A whole breastfeeding pumping because we also had opposite everything we've gone through. We're opposite,
really,
but we had opposite
truly.
breastfeeding journeys.
Yeah,
and we want to get like guests on eventually.
Yeah, like all of our friends. Yeah, and even like IVF journeys or infertility, you know, that kind of thing. And yeah, so we just kind of want to cover it all. And like when Savannah and I sat down and we were just like, we're just going to brainstorm topics. We came up with like 40, which was like so crazy.
Because there's so much. And I do want to preface, we are not doctors. Even though I call myself Dr. Savannah, it's a joke. I mean, everything we say is a joke.
Yeah.
But we are not doctors.
I am kind of a doctor, but we'll get into that.
No, we need to disclaimer and say we're not doctors.
No, we are not doctors.
Whatever we say, we're just venting. We're just giving our experience.
Experience, correct. Yeah, like, because, I mean.
And whatever you choose to do with your kids is fine. And
bless
what you do in pregnancy is fine. And what we did and do is fine.
Yeah.
You're all welcome.
And if you can relate to us, then, like, that's, like, really the goal, too. Is, like a laughable, relatable kind of a shtick, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's us.
That's us. So just, you know, and making the podcast, like, let's just get into that for a second too. Cause like we had this idea and like Savannah and I, like we have a lot of ideas, but we never execute them.
That's what our husbands would say. I don't agree, but
I agree. Cause it's true. I'm very like, I have a lot of fakakta crazy ideas, but like I don't ever like, I'm like, okay, I sit down and like make a business plan or like actually do it. Right.
Well, also, because we're moms.
True.
We are busy.
Yeah.
Like we have all these ideas, but and that's another reason why we wanted to create the podcast is to have something for ourselves because as 2 stay-at-home moms, it's like we kind of were losing our identity.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had these big careers that we went through and we worked did all this schooling.
We did all this school to not be working.
All this school, paid
but
all
again,
this money for
we'll get into
all
that.
this school. And now we're stay-at-home moms.
Money and time, but again, we'll get into that.
Let me also say, I know I'm blessed to be a stay-at-home mom. It's a privilege.
Such
a privilege. So I wouldn't have it any other way. However, as a mom in general, stay-at-home mom or not, you lose a bit of yourself, as every mom knows.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to like get that back. So we wanted to do something that was a little bit for us, be selfish. We don't have any kids in this house right now, you know.
Like, yeah, for sure. And also, like, again, for us to meet once a week. Savannah and I don't see each other once a week, but, like, that's kind of the goal for us, too, is, like, okay, unless we're, like, on a vacation or something, which you're going next week. So exciting.
My first vacation.
Yeah, since having both kids, which is just, like, oh, my God.
No, since having our first vacation without kids since having our first, so since 2021.
Yeah, so since kids.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Our brain cells also, at least mine.
No, dead.
They're
mush. We're potato brains. Anyway, so we where were we getting at there? Oh yes, the podcast. So like we actually made it happen, right? Like I bought everything. Savannah Venmo'd me. That's the kind of friend she is.
Disclaimer: I pulled my weight.
I know you really did. No, you're more of like the content creator.
I really haven't pulled my. You taking on the tech aspect. I mean, yes, you had great friends. Shout out Matt.
Wait, yeah, let's talk about that for a second. So like like we said earlier, like both of us are not tech savvy whatsoever. Like she's shit, I'm shit, but like I am least I bought the software, or I'm like doing, working on trying to figure out the microphones and what to do. And I'm on YouTube University, like just really trying
YouTube University.
No, that's really
Shout
what it
out
is.
YouTube University.
Shout out YouTube University, because really
I came through for you.
Kind of, until my friend Matt, which shout out again to Matt, my more techie friend. Anyway, let me just get into that story. So whatever. I'm literally like we had our business lunch, and then we're like, okay, we're going to record next week. So I had a deadline, right? So I'm like, okay, I've got things to do.
You
so
had a full week
while Jonah was napping, and while he was at school, and while I all the things, I was working on trying to figure out the editing and the audio and make sure everything's perfect, right? So like the day that she walks in, like I want her to just sit down and record, right? I just want Savannah to have a seamless experience while I'm the one that's like fucking drowning. Anyway, so I'm working on it, whatever, and my husband is like, Lyla, please just call Matt. Like he's very like techie audio, like he even had his own production company at one point. And I'm like, no, I'm an independent woman. I don't need anybody. Like, I've got this. Like, because I just, like, I'm so stubborn sometimes, and I just want to fucking figure it out on my own, Like, and the satisfaction of figuring something out on your own is so, like, there's nothing like it.
It's worth all of the drowning.
It's worth all of the, but not. I really could have just had Matt come over, like he did last night. And make it so, like it took 5 minutes.
Well, one
week's worth of work was 5 minutes for Matt.
Yeah. Well, one thing about us, and I'm sure we'll get into, like, one thing we're similar at, we both do not like asking for help. Like, and we'll get into that with postpartum. Yeah. You need to ask for help, by the way. Yeah. I'll just say that. But we do not ask for help.
No, we don't take our own advice. Like,
no. Yeah, I'll tell you all day. Like, you need to ask for. I told you need to get help. With the tech stuff,
I know, and you do. I mean, maybe both. That's fine. But yeah, so so this was hard. Like people who say that podcasting is easy. It's not. It's not easy. It's not like the audio and the editing and the little intricacies of doing it is actually so difficult. And I have a newfound respect for people that do this. And it's not the easy way out. But no. I'm so thankful that we have the time to do this and we're doing it. And whether we make millions and millions or if we're just,
if it's just our 5 followers that are our friends, at least
I love it all.
It forces us out of the house. It forces us to talk human with big humans other than our tiny humans.
And this is a little uncomfy, especially for Savannah, but it's uncomfy, just in general to like be vulnerable and talk about your experiences. And particularly me, I've had a lot of experience, which we'll get into another episode. Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, I think it's important. And
but you love to talk. Yeah.
I do. I love talk.
This is uncomfortable for me.
This is uncomfortable for me. If I could talk to the wall about my life.
You probably do.
I think I do. Oh, definitely. I love talking. I love talking about everything. So yeah, it's I'm an extroverted introvert.
Have you done your like anagram or whatever that's called?
The what?
Isn't it called the anagram of like, oh, I'm a something 7 sunshine? I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, for the next podcast we'll have it, but it just tells you more specifically like introvert, extrovert, like what you are.
Oh,
like
yeah.
The scale.
I don't fucking remember.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I've never done it.
For work, I had to do that.
I know I'm very
It's like ADST or what? I don't know. They gave you like a yeah. No, I don't remember.
But I just know I'm very introverted. I don't know if I'm an introverted extrovert or extroverted introvert, but I'm the type of person where I'm very introverted. Like if you don't know me, I do not like if I'm at a social setting and I don't know anyone.
Can I mention something, Savannah? You are. It's funny because you would never know that Savannah is actually the funniest human being.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So once you get to know me, I don't know, in my
when you break down the layers,
I'm so funny.
She's hysterical, and she's like, it's like really. It was something that. Remember, I think I said it to you like the other day about like our friendship, and I was like, I never knew how funny you were.
And I think that's why we like weren't friends for so long. We were friends adjacent because you have to break down my walls, and I think that's why I have such extroverted friends because an introvert is not going to break down another introvert's walls. It takes like a really bubbly, crazy bitch to like get into this.
That's me.
Yeah, break into this shell. Yeah, but once you're there, you want to stay a while, right?
I'm staying for the long haul. I am. I'm just so happy that we exist at the same time,
and our moms at the same time. That's also such a blessing, like that we have our mom group. So, and that's why we want to create this podcast, like for others that maybe had kids at a different stage of your other friends. Yeah. Which that's a whole episode in itself.
For
like,
sure.
You lose a lot of friendships during motherhood. You gain a lot of friends. But sometimes it's hard to find friends.
Oh yeah,
as a mom,
that's a whole other thing too. Yeah. So anyway, so basically that's the shtick. That's the situation here at Scrunchy Moms Club, and we're just happy to be here.
Yeah.
And we can't wait for our next episode, and to even if it's 5 followers, even if it's 500, I'm thankful for it all. So if you got to the end of this episode, thank you for listening, because, again, just grateful.
And if you want to keep listening, go ahead and follow us on Instagram.
Yes, at Scrunchy Moms Club Podcast.
Thank you, because I already forgot.
It's funny, you made the Instagram.
I know, I forgot. I'm sorry.
God.
The brain cell thing. This is our first time. I'll know it by,
And we're going to be anywhere you find podcasts. So, and we eventually want to do video.
Hopefully YouTube,
We eventually want to do video recordings, which, funny story, I didn't hit record.
Oh my God. When were you going to tell me that?
I was going to wait till the end. Because I wanted surprise we didn't record.
Been staring at the camera.
I know.
Someone who is terrible at giving eye contact. I did a few poses with jokes, I would look at the camera.
Oh, you're so cute. Yeah, I forgot to hit record. See, we're a work in progress, and I just thought that was a funny way to end. But we got audio.
We got the audio.
That's what's important. So,
okay.
So thank you so much for listening, and tune in next week.
Bye.